25% on Zee Entertainment. But let's talk about another company which posted its earnings as well. We have Tamilnad Mercantile Bank. This stock is also slipping in trade after it reported Q3 numbers. The quarter was operationally weak for the bank. We saw slow business momentum and the margin also contracted if you look at it on a year-over-year basis. So we're joined by the management. S Krishnan, MD and CEO of Tamilnad Mercantile Bank, joins us now. Mr. Krishnan, good morning and thank you for joining us on the show today. This is Pavitra. I just want to begin by asking you about the business momentum because it does seem to have slowed, whether I look at the advances or deposits. Just take us through what you're seeing and what is the outlook as we move into the next year as well.
Thank you, Pavitra. Very good morning. As far as the business is concerned, if you look into my deposits have grown by about 8% and the advances have grown by around 10% on year-on-year basis for the period ended 31st of December. As far as the deposit is concerned, if you look into consciously, we have not taken much of the high-cost deposits, keeping the cost into consideration. My CASA, on the contrary, has increased by about 200 bips year-on-year. That is one. Second is, as far as the advance is concerned, we are, as I said, we are at 10%. And the guidance what we gave to the street was around 12 to 15%. We are hopeful that we will be able to achieve the same by the year end. We normally concentrate on the fully collateralized secured advances and RAM. Today, if you look into the RAM segment, my RAM segment continues to be above 90%. We are at 91% as on 31st of December. If I look into the unsecured portion for the bank as a whole, the loan book will be much less than 1%. This is where we are one. Though the growth looks to be muted or little slow, I can only say that we have been showing consistently a good performance. The net interest margin continues to be a healthy one, which was 4.1 in the previous quarter. Marginally came down by 2 bips. If you compare year on year, there is a reduction, but we should also keep in mind that the industry as such, as a whole, there was a pressure on the cost of deposits. TMB is not an exception, which had an impact, but still the guidance what we gave at the beginning of the year itself was that the NIM will be above 4 and we are at 4.08 and I'm sure that we'll be able to have the NIM almost at this range in Q4 also.
Okay, so you're confident that Q4 NIMs will also be above your guided number of 4%. So any guidance on the advances and deposits for Q4 and even a little longer term outlook, say for the next 12 to 18 months? What's the kind of growth that you have on both loans and on deposits? Okay.
See, as far as the Q4 is concerned, I will say that for the full year of 23-24, my growth is expected to be, as far as advances is concerned, it is expected to be around 12%. The deposit will also be more or less at the same range, maybe a little less, because there, as I said, we are conscious. We want to leverage the funds available with us. My CD ratio is only 82% as on date. So we will be leveraging that. The deposits, yes, at any time, we have a good customer base. We will be able to by tweaking the rate of interest. Coming to the question of what will be my outlook for another 12 to 18 months, I expect that the bank will be growing at a range of around, say, 15% in the next 12 to 15 months.
All right, sir, got that. We will leave it at that. Thank you for joining us and all the best for the quarters to come as well. We'll talk to you soon. But for now, it is time for a break on the show. On the other side, the big earnings to track today from the Nifty space will be Axis Bank. They will report Q3 numbers today, post-market hours. So we'll line up the expectations on the other side.